Oh, that was fun. That was definitely fun. Let me get up before my whole body starts hurting. Oh. Huh? Welcome back, guys. Part number 2 on the Aniioki A8 Pro Max. Now, I did a full video review on this. We left that at 17.5 miles on the battery. I haven't charged it since. I even left the battery plugged in. But what we're going to do today is continue the range test, show you guys the brake light, show you guys the turn signals. We also have turn signals in the back as well. Then we have a nice headlight up front with a high and low beam. I want to show you guys that. Just waiting for it to get a little bit darker right now. But I am excited. I actually love this bike. I don't think we're going to kill it in today's video. I don't even think we're going to even come close because it's a 70 amp hour battery in here. So without further ado, let's get this thing going. We got the keys right here on us. So we come over here and you got to hit this button twice. You're going to see the display come up right now. Aniioki. Gotta love it. And after that, we're good to go. Actually, I shouldn't say that. We need to get our headlight on first so we can see. All right, there we go. Now let's head out. Oh, wait, one more thing. Oh my God, we got to go up in power modes. Okay, now we're good. Let's beat this car. Woo! Dang, this thing is a beast, dude. Every time I get on it, that adrenaline is just crazy. Now, something I just noticed right off the bat is that we're actually in the high beam. So I bumped the headlight up a little bit because I know the high beam is going to go the farthest. When I switch it to the low beam, you can see how close it is down here. I actually feel like I might bump it up just a little bit. I'm not exactly 100% sure right now. But so far, the headlight's looking great. And it is a nice, beautiful day out here. Nice weather. It was just super hot earlier. And now I'm freezing. It's probably because I'm going so damn fast on this bike. And guess what? We got that cruise control going. If you guys don't know, the A8 and the A9, they have cruise control, but it's not activated right off the bat. So you got to go in the custom settings and you got to change that. Super easy to do. You'll find the setting in there. Go watch part number 1 if you guys want to see how to add it on there. But be careful. You want to make sure you remember you got cruise control on, because as soon as you let out that throttle, you need to brake. It will keep going. All right, no one's behind us, so we're going to jump in the street real quick. Don't suggest letting your hands off this bike because that front wheel definitely has some bounce to it. You got a lot of weight in the front. It actually handles better than I thought it would. And here's the coolest thing about this bike. So we got our turn signal on right now, and look, it lights up blue. So that's super cool to let you know that your turn signal is on. There is no indicator beeping noise or anything like that. There's a bike that I just reviewed. You're probably gonna see this video first before that bike comes out, but it actually has a clicky noise. So I think that would have been sick if they would have added on this bike. Maybe Aniioki will get there at one point. I do think one thing these bikes need overall is they need software updates. It needs to be able to, you know, do what a Tesla can do over there. They need to be able to update these things when, you know, there's issues with them, or reducing power or upping power depending on, you know, the tests they do, and run them through here and make sure they, you know, work for long time usage and stuff like that. I would really like to see software updates on these bikes and just made easy. Should use my horn. All right, we're gonna go this way because that truck was going way too slow for my liking. I want to be jamming out here, guys. And we're adding on to that range of 17.5 miles. I don't know how far we're gonna go today. I'm hoping we get at least, oh, cruise control, remember that. I'm hoping we at least go like 30 miles in total. So I'll probably do like 13 miles or something like that today. I don't know, we'll see. I might even do more. But I really just kind of want to get an idea of where the battery bars are going to be at. And that's the only thing we can go off of. There's no voltage reading on here. There's nothing that tells me on anything of where the battery's at. It just, the little tiny battery bars with a little gas gauge right next to it. Ooh, let's come out here. This is new. Oh. Man, front tire loves to lose traction. Whoa. Holy moly, check this out. Jeez. God, that's scary, man. And I still haven't figured out a way to disable the front motor if you just wanted to use the back one. I don't think there is anything you can do. Whoa. Oh yeah, that's pretty sketchy out here. This is very loose dirt, man. I should probably turn it down. I don't want to be flying off the bike right now. Jeez Louise, every time it kind of hops over stuff and it just grips again, flings up a bunch of dirt. and it loses traction all over again. The front kind of has like a little like wobble to the front of it. It doesn't have anything to do with the tire pressure. It just has to do with that extra front weight and the suspension moving. And when that tire doesn't fully, you know, sit on the floor and it kind of comes up, it spins, and then it kind of rests again and hooks up, and it just feels like it's going up and down. It's not a big deal. That is fun to do though, I ain't gonna lie. That is badass to do. I love having an all-wheel drive bike. They are so fun. They just don't handle, you know, as good as like a single motor in the back, but I was actually really impressed with this bike when I rode it on that first video review. I really think they did a fantastic job on how this thing handles. I have had some really bad bikes that just don't handle for crap when you go around a turn, and this thing actually does pretty well. All right, let's do a little burnout real quick. Damn, a rock hit me right in the leg. This is such a fun bike. I love this thing. Let's get another look at it real quick. You know what? Since we're out here, I don't want to bore you guys too much. You know, we're going to try to make this video as short as possible. So let's show you guys the brake light. Now, it rests on the back of the rear rack, which you can put a seat on if you want, or you can put, you know, storage. You can put the huge charger, because the charger is absolutely insanely big. I can see that the rear rack is actually kind of not centered on the rear. I didn't know that at first. That's kind of interesting, but yeah, it is very bright to me. I like it, and it should work with the brake levers, so if I pull it, yeah, hell yeah, it gets brighter. That's really nice, and that looks really good. I don't know how you guys are seeing it over camera and whatever your screen you're watching on, but that's a really good brake light. Now, to look at the headlight. Now, this is just a low beam, but the low beam looks sick, and you have a daytime running light on the outside. That's pretty nice. We'll show you guys the high beam a little tiny bit later, but for now, let's just keep riding and get more range on this battery. Whoa, oh my God. Dang. Yeah, we should definitely put in a lower power mode because I'm just like pilling out everywhere I go. Oh. Woo. I think I need to turn the power down, to be straight up honest with you guys. It is so twitchy. Like, I was trying to explain this because I was actually using this bike to go to my mailbox every so often. So technically the 17.5 miles that we do have on it probably has closer to 18. So I might round up and add the 18 to whatever we get today. But I was trying to get a feel for the throttle. Now, you can get used to it. Now, if you barely play with it, it could be nice and gradual and smooth. But if for whatever reason you pull it an extra 10% more than you want to, like watch, I can not pill out if I don't want to, like barely, right? See, look at that. That's in mode 5, and I was able to take off smooth without, like, you know, flying a bunch of dirt and rocks all over me. However, it does take a little bit of time to get used to this throttle. So, like, if I go, see, like, that was just a little bit overdone, but that's kind of how I naturally pull a throttle back. So I got to kind of feel that rhythm of where it grabs and just kind of leave it so it doesn't pill out like that. So it is a smooth throttle at the end of the day. That's all I'm trying to get at, but it does take a little bit of practice. Not the smoothest throttle I've had. Brake test. Ooh. Woo! Oh! Brake test. Ooh. Woo! Oh! Oh, that was fun. That was definitely fun. Let me get up before my whole body starts hurting. Oh man, that was that was great. That was great. My hand's a little bleedy, but I think we'll be all right. That's why you do not slam on the brakes in the dirt. Oh man, all right. Let's get this bike back up. First off, let's go down. Whew, all right. All right, anyways, let's get back on the horse. Let's get going. Did hurt my hand a little bit, you know, bleeding on my elbow a little bit, but it's all right. We got to do what you got to do. I should have wore gloves, but I wasn't wearing gloves because I just don't do anything crazy on these bikes, but I should have known better. I'll start wearing gloves from now on. But yeah, I'm actually really enjoying this bike. The bike throwing me off was not the bike's fault. That was me being stupid. Don't do what I do, kids. Oh, dang. This is the only way we can come over here. They are getting this done. This is crazy. I'm not going to be able to do the hill test anymore sooner or later. We're going to have to find another spot. Here we go. Oh, don't want to run into that. I feel like these brakes were a testament on how strong and powerful they are. 2 300-millimeter rotors on both sides of the front. Yeah, I mean, they worked really damn good. It's actually pretty impressive. But let's get back to what we really came out here for. I got a little sidetracked with that fall, kind of lost my marbles there for a second, but this headlight right here, we're on a little trail behind our houses, and it looked great. And here is the high beam. Not as great, but it does go farther and more direct in the center. If you're just looking down like a certain way you want to see, you can see it's way up there in the trees. But I gotta say, I actually like this better. I wish they can combine these lights together. That'd be pretty sick, because look, I don't know, I feel like, yeah, I can see farther, but this is way like nicer. This is like, I can see everything. I gotta get on a main street and we gotta see kind of how it looks. Brake test! I'm just kidding, guys, I'm just kidding. Rolling burnout. Oh, I love that. That's like one of my favorite things to do on this bike, is just rolling burnouts in the dirt. All right, so now that we're on a main road, we do have a few lights here, so we got to go to the pitch black area to see how these lights look. But I'll tell you right now, this is great. It actually might even be too high. I think I need to lower it. I think it would look a little bit better lower down, just like that, so I can see right in front of me, but I can go all the way up there. I can even see on the other side of the road if these trees were in the way. That's how good this headlight is. So I'm not complaining whatsoever. Now, what I do gotta show you guys is the high beam now in front of it, because I didn't get to show you guys that earlier. So I really do wish that the bottom one can stay on with the top one. The top one's super bright when you stand right in front of it compared to the low beam, but it wouldn't have been so nice if both of these can be activated at the same time. But anyways, real quick, let's get our turn signal on and show you guys how bright these things are. So I'm gonna do the right side. I love these. They're sequential as well. They look so cool, especially with the blue, and then having the blue in the back. And by the way, this took a beating when I fell and it just scratched up, but it didn't get bent at all because this moves in a circular motion. It has like room to kind of wiggle and stuff like that. So if it was just completely plastic, it would have just snapped right off. But everything is great with the bike. I think the main thing that hit too was the handlebars and the brake lever right here. The bike is great. But looking at the back, here is our turn signal back here. That looks pretty good. That's not bad. It is low though. I wish it was a little higher off the ground, but I mean, that is still a good turn signal right there. And you can even see that if someone's right behind you in a car. Oh yeah, they definitely know what you're doing. That's awesome. Now you also have the hazard button, which is cool because both of them light up on the sides and they both flash. So that's a hazard just in case something happened on the road. We should have used those when I went down. And here is a look at the back with the hazards on at night. That's sick. I wish I could just leave those on 24/7. Those are dope. So like right now, I'm gonna use my right turn signal to come on this street. And if I ever, whatever reason, I just look down or whatever at my phone or I'm looking at the bike, I can see my turn signals on and I can turn it off. Such a nice feature. Now I'm gonna give this headlight, brake light, and turn signals a rating. I'm gonna say 8 out of 10. And the reason why I docked a few points, even though it does look great, I'm gonna say it's not the actual brightest headlight I have ever had on a bike, but it is wider than a lot of bike headlights we get. The turn signals look great. Now, it'd have been nice if there was like a beeping noise with the turn signal, but we don't have that, but we do have the flashing lights, which I just said I loved. However, I don't like the fact that I can't put both of those lights on the headlight on at the same exact time. It would have been nice if we could have both of those beams active at the same time. You would be able to see a lot more at night. I just wish they gave you the option, that's all. The road's closed, pizza boy, go around. Well, since we're a bike, we can just go like this. Boop, boop. Hell yeah, and with that power, we're out of here. All right, quick range update for you guys. We're sitting at 4 battery bars when I let off, but when I get on it, we go down to 3, if you guys can see that, next to the mile per hour, right underneath that. And, oh God, cruise control kicked on out of nowhere. We have 6.5 miles today. We gotta add that on to, I believe, our 17 or 17.5 from the other day. We're sitting at roughly like 23 to 24 miles on this bike, and we are definitely above half battery, but it just goes off a 5 battery bar, so I couldn't really tell you where we're at because there's no voltage reading, but I would say on a limb, we're probably sitting at like 60 to 65%. Now, it does sound bad considering this is a 70 amp hour battery. However, think about the power you're getting out of this bike and the weight. This thing is coming in at 160 pounds. This is definitely a very heavy bike. Whoa, that guy's on the wrong side of the road. Man, what's going on here? That guy's in a rush. What's going on, man? Jeez. Anyways, let's get back to this light. So check this out. I'm gonna turn all the lights off over here. Check it out. There's nothing over here, right? So we're gonna turn it off. We gotta hold this top button. And that's how it looks. My phone and the screen is really bright. Holy crap. Now, when you turn your headlight on this bike, this is how it looks. It looks great. And this is with the high beam right here. Let me get this on. Let's see. There we go. High beam, low beam, high beam, low beam. Now, the only thing I don't like about this is that the screen did not dim down. Did you notice that? So look at the screen. If I turn the lights off, it doesn't get brighter. And when I turn the headlight on, it doesn't get dimmer. It would have been nice if it got dimmer. It looks great at night. It's not being washed out whatsoever. You also have the setting in there that you can actually change the brightness of the screen. However, I would like it to be darker at night and much brighter during the day, but I don't want to go into the settings and adjust that every single time. So I would like to, on next bike that Aniioki does, is do the screen brightness when, depending on when you have the lights on. And with having 3 battery bars on there, you can see that our mile per hour has went down to about 41. The display says 43, so when the display kind of gets up there in the mile per hour, it's actually off by 2. But when it's lower, like closer to, I'd say like 0 to 30 miles an hour, it's only off by like 1 mile an hour. All right, let me get my turn signal like they did. Turn right here. I'm at least gonna get 10 miles on this trip today just for you guys, because my whole arm hurts. I gotta go wash out all the dirt in my arm and whatnot. I think what I seriously gotta do is I might even have to do one more video on this bike, even if it's just riding around my neighborhood doing circles and laps, just to see what this bike can get. Now, I still don't think I'll kill it in a 3rd video, but I'm thinking I might want to do it just to kind of get closer to that last battery bar, because I really think that this bike will get at least 50 miles with me riding at max speed with the battery size. Even with the power, I think it'd do it. Oh, I can hear that brake rotor. Can you guys hear that? Oh, it's so annoying. Oh, big ass bumps. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that noise. There's nothing wrong with the bike, but man, I really hate hearing that everywhere like I ride. Oh dang, we're actually closer to the last battery bar than I thought. We have 2 battery bars left on this thing, and I haven't even went 10 miles. We're almost at 10 miles. I was trying to plan it out perfectly so I get home at 10 miles so we can add that on to our 17, so I have roughly about 27 to 28 miles, because I did take this to the mailbox a few times. It's only right around the corner, but yeah, that's kind of crazy. I was at least expecting to have 3 battery bars, if not 4, with like 30 miles of range, you know? Like, that's kind of crazy. It's definitely using a lot more power, folks. I gotta tell you that. I don't know the controller amps or nothing, but it's definitely a lot more than some of these other bikes, and the battery will drain a lot faster. But if you do want more range out of this bike, just go slower. This is worst case scenario. I always go like really, really fast, and I gotta be careful with people. Well, there we have it, guys. 10 miles on the bike. Add that to our 17, 27 miles in total. I'm gonna call it. Now, we have 3 battery bars. When I let off the throttle, it goes back up during the voltage sag and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, fun bike. I really, really enjoy it. It's just a fun bike overall, just to ride and go fast, but also get really good range. I mean, it's actually a little worse than I think it's gonna be, but still though, and a beast of a bike too, especially when hitting the ground. I know we're in the dirt, but I mean, nothing looks wrong with this bike whatsoever. It's an absolute monster on the road. So maybe I'll see you guys in the 3rd one. If not, I'll see you guys in the next video review. Hopefully you guys like this. Sooner or later, we're gonna start, you know, combining this footage with the regular footage during the day. We'll get there sooner or later. But it's nice that I am out of work in a few days. I can't wait. And then we're gonna be doing YouTube full time, baby.